Let's take a look at the camera and camcorder. We simply slide over the picture and video option, and from here we can tap the camera or camcorder icon. The phone will rotate into landscape mode. Since we're in a dark environment here, we're not going to see our focus subject, but we can see the menus. The whole area serves as the viewfinder, and you simply focus your object and snap the picture. Like we showed before, autofocus is done by pressing your finger up to the touch sensitive directional pad. It probably won't actually autofocus here since we don't have a subject. There we go. But normally that turns green, and then you push the D-pad to take the picture. The options are relatively sparse here, nothing too major. There are 5 different resolution settings: medium, large, 1 megapixel, 2 megapixel, and 3 megapixel. There's a couple different white balance options as well. We found that just using auto gives the best results. The brightness can be adjusted, and you can switch which cameras you're using. For instance, now you're actually seeing our video camera here because we switched to the front facing camera. Let's switch back to the original one. There's also a self-timer option. You can go 2 or 10 seconds. And there's a couple different things in the advanced settings. For instance, the quality, timestamps, and some other options like that. Going back, we can see the different shooting options we have. Right now we're in photo mode. We have video, panorama, MMS video, which cuts the videos down to sendable length, contacts picture, which takes a certain size picture used for picture color IDs, and then picture themes, which are like frames. We'll go to the video here. Again, we can see that the settings are sparse, even more so than the camera. Resolution is CIF, small, medium, and large. We go to advanced. We only have 4 pages here. We do have the option to change our capture format between MPEG-4 and H.263, which is a nice option. Again, it's simple things like where they want them to save, if we want to limit the video length, and options like that. The camera interface is very simple and intuitive to use. The picture results were generally pretty good. They weren't fantastic, and they did show some blur, which can partially be chalked up to shaky hands. Since it doesn't have image stabilization, it won't fix that. However, it is just a cell phone camera, so we're pretty impressed with the overall results. One of the standout features of the Touch Diamond is the web browsing experience. We'll go ahead and launch the browser here, and we can see the page loads are quick and pages are rendered extremely well. Unlike most Windows mobile phones, the Touch Diamond is powered by Opera Mobile. It's a customized version of Opera Mobile 9.5, a browser that's yet to hit the open market. Google is a simple page that we have as our home page. One of the really cool features is that as we rotate the phone, the browser follows suit. The landscape orientation lends itself to better browsing experiences on a lot of pages. For instance, Phone Arena. Let's pull up our favorites here. Of course, we have it bookmarked, and we'll let it load here for a second. If this kind of looks like Opera Mini, it's because it uses the same engine, unlike the previous versions of Opera Mobile. It's a much better experience, and we have to say, it's one of our favorite browsers available. Let's say we want to check out our latest review. We simply double tap on that area, and it zooms in. We can double tap again to zoom back out. Simply drag your finger or the stylus across the page to zoom around and pan. It's an extremely easy to use browser, It's very straightforward, and we have to be honest and say that it's the best mobile browser that we've ever used. Unfortunately, it does not support Flash, but neither does Mobile Safari. And Opera has a few advantages, such as being able to copy and paste and download files. We really like the full screen option, and when it goes into the lower screen, we have our back, favorites, tabs, our home screen, and this is the menu. For the tabs, we can open up a new tab. Let's go to Google again. And while this is loading, we'll still have Phone Arena in the background. You can see we have two tabs now, and we can freely switch between them. Again, we can't stress enough how great this browsing experience is, and we really... There are a lot of things we really like about the Touch Diamond. However, it's not without its shortcomings. The in-hand feel is just spectacular. We really can't stress enough how much we like it. The TouchFLO 3D interface is silky smooth, and we find that it's really intuitive. We could probably give this phone to our grandmother, and she'd be able to use it pretty easily, at least for the basic functions. Where the phone starts to trip up, as with any Windows mobile device, is when you actually get into the Windows mobile interface. We'd love to see HTC work on bringing TouchFLO 3D deeper into the interface, and hopefully replace more of the Windows mobile UI. Or they could just put Android on the phone. All in all, the Touch Diamond's a great phone. The size is fantastic, the interface is good, the camera works well, the internet experience is second to none. The music experience is lacking some. Windows Media Player is a bit better player than the built-in HTC player. However, it's not going to compare with the iPhone on either of them. But we have no problems recommending this, and can't wait to see it come to the US.